So for the start of the session, guys, this is the first, this is the set 20 to 23 questions from the first set of LRDI that I had shared on the group, and this is the question that we are starting. So this is a very important concept, and those who have missed it, please take a note of it. Okay, so when designing any table or anything, like let's give you a simple scenario. Okay, to let's ease this concept. Let's say there's a group of friends and there another group of friends. Okay, you are the common link between these two group of friends because you have mutual friends in both of them. So what you become is the key element binding these two things. Now we have something similar concept in computer engineering as well, or if you might have learned the SQL part, that is known as the primary key. If you might know, if you do not know, that's completely
Yes,
fine.
yes, yes,
Okay,
I can remember.
so this order is basically a primary key here that will connect your farmers as well as your phases. And what you will have to do is you have to determine the, if you determine the primary key wrong, like if I take farmers as the primary key, I won't be able to relate the tables and connect them very well. Here in such sets, determining the primary key is very important, I would say. So uh, considering this as the primary key, now I can relate to it. Now if I look at the fifth point, farmer F4 was given the work of the fourth stage. So F4 is fourth stage. Let's not see about the regions right now. Let's determine how much we can match the order to the farmer. Then we'll see the regions, because as said, the regions are not serially in order. Next is stage 3 finished at point P1. Okay, stage 3 finished at P1. Fine. Next, farmer F3 was given work of stage ending at P5. Okay, so farmer F3 was given stage P5. So let's keep that somewhere inside for now. Now, P5 to P3 was not in first stage. And this is where you were stuck, right?
Yes, yes, right.
Okay, all right, fine. And we also have one more thing, that farmer F5 was for P4, but we do not know the phase or order in which they were present. So currently P1 is done, P4 is done, P5 is done. Let's look at the questions. One key important, and what I was gonna do is cover this in the revision sessions, but since this has come right now, let's focus on this type of point right now. See guys, a lot of times you will face a situation wherein the given information might not be complete for you guys. So what you have to take is read the 4 questions or 3 questions, whatever is given as well. Sometimes because of looking at the options, a lot of key hints are hidden in the question itself. See, like for which farmer was P2 the finishing point? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 5. So can I say P2 was nowhere related to F4, right? Can I say this part?
Yes, yes, right.
Then I got one hint. Now let's see the question 21. Which are the starting and finishing points of stage P2? Okay, so now they have mapped the starting stage as well as ending stages. Okay, so how we'll do this is where did it go? Yeah, regions will have to divide into 2 parts. Since they want the answer in this, so we'll slightly change our table. We'll keep it as it is, the farmer, the order, and the regions as to the starting and the ending. Okay, and where did we had? Uh, let's have the order 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. We had 5 orders, or we will have 4 ones. We will have 4 ones, not 5, because moving from one phase to another phase will be there. Let's keep 5 uh, according to the situation. All right. Now, which were the starting and finishing points of stage 2? Fine. So let's map it first. We had stage 3 finished at point P1, stage 3 finished at point P1, and we have farmer FO was given the work of 4th stage. And we had the initial data of the stage from point P5 to P3 was not the first stage. Okay, so we have we already had it here. Let's write it down. P5 to P3 was not here. It also cannot be here. It has to be second, fourth, or fifth. And there was something else that was related to farmer F5. Farmer F5 was given the work for plowing stage starting from P4. Okay, so F5 was given starting with P4, ending we do not know yet. And what was F3? There was one point related to F3. Where did that go?
7th point.
Yeah, the farmer F3 was given works ending at P5. Okay, so F3 was ending at P5, and then comes our important fifth point. No, sorry, fourth point. The stage from P5 to point P3 was, yeah, sorry, that we have covered. Fine. So we have here till now. Now let's start digging the questions. For which farmer was P2 a finishing point? So for P2 to be a finishing point, and we do not have uh, anywhere, that is the farmer 4. Okay, now coming to the 21st, which and where are the starting and finishing points of stage 2? Stage 2 it is. For stage 2 we cannot have P1, that is out of equation. No, so where was it? Sorry, stage 3 was it? Did I miss something? Wait a second. I guess I missed one information. That was stage 3 finished at point P1. Why did I mark this one? And the work was not given to farmer F1. Okay, yeah, this is the part I missed. Writing on a paper and writing on screen are two different things. So stage 3 finished at point P1, and the work of which was not given to farmer F1. Fine, yeah, we are clear so now. Okay, so which was the finishing and starting points of stage 2? So clearly, this is the ending point of stage 2, sorry, stage 3. It cannot be the ending point of stage 2. So we can clearly eliminate the third option. Now, let's try to see the other hints. There has been given P2 to P5. Possible for now. P5 to P3. P5 to P3 already is given. It is not in the first one. So it can be in the second, fourth, or fifth. Fine by now. And there is P5 to P4. Now, if this P5 to P3 already present, can there be P5 to P4 an option?
No.
No. So we strike out that as well. Now what is left? P2 to P5 and P5 to P3. So for 21st, let's keep two options for that for now. Okay. Now let's move to the 22nd question and see we can get any hint for this question. Which was the starting point for farmer F3? For farmer F3, the starting point we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. So for farmer F3, P5 we already know is the ending point. Okay, so there's nothing more hint left, and we have what is the
Already,
finishing?
already we have P4 as one starting point, okay, sir, for F5.
Yeah, we have it. We have
Yeah,
it.
Can we rule out like that?
Yeah, truly, we can. I was searching for farmer F3 if we can get extra hints.
Yeah.
Okay. And the final hint, if we can dig out from last question, that is, which was the finishing point for farmer F2? Okay. So farmer F2, we have no hint as of now, but the finishing point can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is already mentioned, so no extra hint. Okay, fine. Then, okay, so this is the information that we have to work out with. Fine. So if we have to see the stage 3 part, okay, so now coming back to all the hints that we have gathered. In the stage 3 point, we can see, and that is by F4 was part 2. Okay, so mm, just a second. This will not come here, completely fine. This also, so the points which I can strike out for P5 to P3 are not here, they won't be here. P5 is uh, ended for F3, so wherever F3 comes it is not possible. So can I say, since P5 is the ending point, okay, of F3, now this is just a assumption, but we can build on this. F3 is the starting, sorry, F3 is the ending point for, sorry, I said the opposite. P5 is the ending point for F3. Okay. And P5 as the starting point cannot fit here or here. That means these two can be the candidates of P5 as the ending point, right? Slot number 1 and slot number 3.
Yes, Kesari.
Yeah. And P1 already is occupying this slot. So can I say, can I put P5 here?
Yes.
Yeah, that would mean I am putting F3 here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so P5 will be the ending point, that is fixed now. So P5 is done. P5 to P3 was not here, it wasn't here. F3 is done. We have F1 already. Sorry, F1 is not here. We have F4. Now the farmers we have is F2 and F5. Now F5 starts with P4. Okay, so let's start with that one. So the extra hints we have for F5 are, okay. So moving towards, if we can say, uh, uh, where did that go? Yeah, P5 to P3 was not in any, yeah. So this wasn't here, this wasn't here. F4, for F4 it is not with P2. If we place in the fifth stage or in the fourth stage or the second stage, let's assume for now that, let's assume if we place P5 here and P3 here, okay, what can be the potential, the F4 wala part? And we also have seen that P2 cannot be the ending point here, right?
Yes, yes.
What hints can we gather from this point, if I have to ask? There's one hint, and that is like, I would say we can eliminate one thing and one thing will become evident from the options. See, till now, let me use a different color ink. Yeah, till now, if I have to say farmer F1, F2, F3, F4 and F5, F3 का place has been fixed, F4 का place has been fixed, F1 won't be there, so F1 is floating. Now we have F2 and F5. For F5, the starting position is P4. So F5 will naturally, F5, where did it go? Yeah, F5 won't be here. And we have F3 ka, sorry, F3 is already done. F4 ka ending position is not P2. So F4 can be a potential candidate. F4 can be a potential candidate for P5 to P3. Any other hint that we can garner from this? If we place P5 to P3 here, can we or can we not place P5 to P3 here? If yes, why? If no, why can't? Others as well? Think for 30 seconds, let me know. Can we place P5 to P3 here? If yes, why yes? If no, why no? I know I've shared the solution, so if you guys will be looking at the solutions and then telling me, I will be able to know. So don't try that one. Anyone? Ashwik, you joined a bit late. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Did you solve this part? Questions?
No, actually, yesterday I was not at home. I had some medical emergency at home, so entirely I was outside.
I did not share this worksheet yesterday. I shared this 3-4 days ago.
No, that's what some of my relatives got positive. So since last 1 week, I've not been concentrating on this cat.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Prerit, are you there right now? Prerit has just logged in and gone off. Is marking attendance the online style? Okay. So think guys, can we place P5 to P3 here or not?
Kesari, I think that it can be placed, but mm, I again think that it is not possible for some reason, but
Why
I'm
not?
not getting.
Why not?
Yes, according to the given conditions, it can be F4 can take that P5 to P3.
F4 can take?
This P5 to P3 period.
He can take or he cannot take?
He can take it, I think.
Why so?
Why? Because from point 4, P5 to P3 cannot be one.
Yes.
So from 2, 4, and 5, F4 can take this P5 to P3 as he is not able to take ending with P2 wala.
Sir, one thing, I could not hear you properly. Could you repeat?
Yeah, Kesri. As F4 is not bound to take in the period ending with P2,
Yes.
so he might take the period ending with P3, and P5 is already gone.
And Mhm.
P2. I don't know, Kesar. Actually, I lost what I was doing.
Okay. Because 21st would be the toughest one. So let's start on 22nd and 23rd. Let's solve first. So I guess this. Hello. Yeah, I think my connection was just lost for the time being. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Kesar.
Okay. Okay. So from the first question, that is, we had the hint that for which farmer P2 would be the starting point. So P2 is a starting point for one of us, and that is F1, F2, F3, and F5. Okay, F4 is not mentioned. So P2 will not be the starting point here. That was a hint. P2 cannot come here in no chance. Okay. Now let's see the 22nd hint once more, which was the starting point for F3. Starting point for F3 again, we had 1, 2, 3, and 4, and P5 was the starting point. Yet again, nothing. And for F2, again, we had 1, 2, 3, and 4 finishing point. So P5, it was all taken. Which do you think is the most easiest question? Let's solve this by a little different twist. If I had to ask you which is the toughest question or which is the easiest question, which one it would be? And we had eliminated two options in one question, if you remember correctly.
In 21st one, Kesri.
Yes, yes,
Third and fourth
21st one.
were eliminated.
Yes, perfectly. So the options left were what the starting and finishing points for stage 2 could be P2 and P5 or P5 and P3, right?
Yes, Kesri.
Perfect. Let's try it and put these ones first there, and then we'll try to see. So let me use a different color pen. Uh, let me use this purple one. Okay. So let us try to put P5 and P3 here. Okay. If not, if P5 to P3 does not work, we'll have to put P2 to P5. But what is the assumption we have taken? P5 will be ending for which? F3, right?
F3.
So according to that assumption, we have just one option left, P5 to P3 placed for stage 2, right?
Yes, Kesri.
Perfect. Now P5 to P3 is done. So now that would go for which farmer was it? Have we decided a farmer?
No, Kesri.
No, yeah, okay, fine. F1 cannot be here. That was the only thing. This is done. This is done. Okay. Now P5 to P3 is done here. Do you guys see one pattern? All the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have to come here as well as have to come here.
Yes, yes, yes.
1, 5, 3. So the numbers remaining are 2 and 4 here. Here P5 is done. We have other numbers remaining. Now this is how we had started our ordering selection questions, right? All the numbers should be present. Now this is now become an easy question. So number 1 is done, 3 is done, 5 is done, 2 and 4 are remaining. If now look here, for F4 P2 cannot be the ending, right?
Yes,
So
Kesri.
P2 cannot come here. So naturally the only place for P2 would be here.
Fifth, yes.
Perfect. If P2 is gone, now which number is left?
P4.
Exactly. P4 it is. So have we covered the ending for everyone?
Yes.
Perfect. Now come to the starting point. Now for starting point of F5 would be P4. F5 cannot be in the first as well as in the fourth position. And
Yes.
it also cannot be in the second position. We cannot have F5 here as well, because P4 has to be the starting position for him. So P4 can only, so F5 can only be either here or here. Is this part clear?
Yes,
Everyone?
Kesri.
Others?
Yes, Kesli.
Okay, perfect. Great then. Any other hint that you think would be essential? There's one hint. What might that be? Think. Are you able to garner some hints? I understand this is a tough question, but if slowly and steadily we understand this concept very well, trust me, if we can solve this type of questions, your percentiles will definitely shoot up in CAT, as well as ZAT for that matter. Like I mentioned, ZAT is tougher than CAT. Any other hint that you can think of? And currently, trust me, all the data is present on the screen. You don't require any other data. Okay, Okay, I'll give you one hint. Use the concept for whatever we had used for ending, like all numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be present similarly. Or if you want to take an assumption, you can take an assumption and you will have to back it up too. Think. Slightly twisted, but if you can, I'm giving you 1 minute. Think. One hint from you guys. Please read the 20th question once again. You will get a hint. You will get a big hint. Read the 20th question again. What hint can you get? Anyone? Okay, okay. Let me step in then. See, for which farmer was P2 the finishing point? It is asked. Okay. Now we can see the options are 1, 2, 3, and 5. So clearly F4 was eliminated. F3 also cannot be the answer because we have fixed F3. F3 will be at ending P5. F3 is out of equation. F1, F2, and F5 are the only options left. Among F1, F2, and F5, whom do you think can we eliminate? And whom do you think we can select? Any hint? Guys, are you there?
Yes, Kesri.
So any hint that you could arrive at? By the which was the question that you had got right?
21 was right.
Okay. So 21 we have already solved. Okay. And that's it. Anshula, did you get any hint further?
Kesari, actually, I don't have these questions.
How come you don't have these questions? I shared it in the group.
Actually, right now I'm using iPad and
You don't have your mobile with you?
no, actually, my younger sister's online class are going on.
Okay. You can use WhatsApp.web on iPad.
Okay.
Okay, so see, now the key point will be according to the given question, that is, we can have in the first region, that is the first order, we have to put this one. Remember P2 to P5? Remember the hint of P2 to P5?
Yes, yes.
Do we have P5 as the ending region somewhere?
First one.
Exactly. So can we place P2 there?
Yes, Kesari.
And how did we arrive at P2 to P5? Array, I just said just now. Forgot it so early. See, I'll tell you, see. The biggest hint that you are going to get is the names of the regions will be, and I quote, will be from options of 21. We had eliminated two options, right?
Yes, Kesari.
Which were those? P3 to P1
P3,
and P5 to
P5 to
P4?
P4.
Yes. And the options remaining were P2 to P5 and P5 to P3.
Yes, Kesari.
Yes.
And we had used P5 to P3 as the going one, because P5 cannot be in F3 because it is already the ending point there.
Yes, Kesari.
So the region left with us was P2 to P5.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Now let's try to think like an how a question paper is set. I know this approach is little typical, but it helps in solving the questions to a large extent. Others might call it intuition, others might call it hard luck or true luck. I call it using the paper setters approach. How does the paper setter designs all the options? Among the four options, one option is completely random. Trust me, it never occurs. It is already always random. Okay, three options are generally the ones that are correct. Okay, generally the ones they are correct, but one is actually the actual option, others are not the correct option. Now can you see P2 to P5 and P3 to P1 as the other options, first and third options, right?
Yes, Kesari.
Those are actually the names of the other regions, if I have to say. You'll ask me, how do you know that? Because I've seen how the question papers are set. I've seen how the question setters set the papers, how they set the options. So P2 to P5 will be one region, and P3 to P1 will be one region. Now, do we have the ending points of P5 and P1? We have the ending points, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Kesari.
Now, can we predict the starting points?
Yes. In first starting is P2 and the third starting is P3.
P3.
Exactly. Now, can we say F5 ka starting is P4? So can we place P4 here or here? Fourth or fifth?
Fifth one we can.
Exactly. Because F4 is already present here. F5 has to be here. F5 is here. F1 cannot be here. F1 will be here, right?
Yes.
Which farmer is left now? F2.
F2. Third
F2
one.
will be here.
And
Now,
P1.
exactly, done.
Okay, so one thing if we see for first stage, ending point will become a starting point in stage 2.
Sorry.
Means, for example, in first stage, if P5 is the ending,
Okay.
then in stage 2, P5 becomes the starting, and this is the pattern actually following up.
True. We can state that. But
And
is
that
it mentioned in the question somewhere?
No, after solving we can see that pattern.
Yes, exactly. What if, see, what is given is quite correct, and I totally agree with it. The thing is, let's come to this. Okay, what if, like, let me draw some concentric circles. Okay, what if this is, okay, this is P1. Next I have P2, next P3. Okay, like this. What if this is my first phase? What if this is my second phase? What is this my third phase? Then I can completely agree with you. What you said logically is quite correct, but we can nowhere in the given question it is mentioned that way. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
like if you could have thought that and solve this question, you will get it quite right, and I can totally understand it will save you a lot of time. Because what you will get is, if you get a P5 here, you will place P5 here. If you get a P1 here, you will place P1 here. Half of your question is already done there. Totally agreed with it. And you can think of so. But the thing is, like in this question, it was good to have it. But this theory might not work in all the questions. Okay. Like I'm perfectly fine if you had solved this question using this theory. My only theory is getting into the minds of question setter and understanding how the exploiting the options. Remember the very first session we had when we started this journey?
Yes, Kesari.
What was the crucial thing I had mentioned there? Exploiting the options.
Yes.
This is exploiting the options in DILR.
Yes, without reading that options, I could never come across this P2 to P5
You
point.
won't.
Yes, and that was my biggest confusion in this question.
True.
Where to
That's
place
why
this
I was
P2?
waiting. I kept asking, see guys, the hint is right in front of you. I was indirectly pointing, look at this, see, this is screaming. That's why I said
Yes,
the thing is
Kesari.
present on the screen. Somebody say it.
And we are searching for something else.
True. That's why I said, don't look at the question. It is present on the screen. I was waiting. I was waiting for that's why it took a little long. But now, guys, did you guys understand how you have to attack the DILR? How will you approach the next time any DILR set is given?
And we will read question and as well as the
Exactly. You
questions
will have to
answers
relate the
everything.
questions. You will have to relate the questions as well as the options of each and every question. That's why I say reading comprehension is a very important skill, even in DILR. And trust me, this question, if you solve without options in CAT also, like you can expect such a question in CAT even now. Like this is a ZAT 2009 question, but such a question can easily come in CAT. And trust me, 70 to 80% of the population won't be able to solve this question. The rest, 10 to 15% will solve this question in about 20 minutes. They will surely take 20 minutes. See, it's 8:39, 8:40. We started discussing this question at around 8, right?
Yes, Kesari.
And we were waiting for it. Like even if you solve it quickly and slowly enough, it will still take 20 minutes and you will still not be able to solve all the 4 questions correctly. only the 99 percentiles or 98 percentiles among them too, just 1 or 2% people, and that would be like a few hundred people will be able to solve it in under 10 minutes, and that too all questions correct. And this
And
is,
one more thing, Kesri, the
yeah, go ahead.
people who score 99.9 percentile, like this question will be like, if they solve this question, then they will be getting 99.9 such high percentile.
I'll tell you a short secret. Okay, I'll tell you a short secret how the thing is done in VARC, DILR, and Quant. Like I discussed this in the first lecture itself, but it was on a normal scale. So 95 percentile, 99 percentile. Okay, the raw score and the scale score. I will write the, if the paper is moderate difficulty level, fine. Let's forget this for now. Let's concentrate on this. The raw score, let's say, is for 95 percentile generally is around, I would say, how much? 35 to 40. Okay. This score is scaled because there are two sittings in CAT, and the difficulty level of both of them are not exactly the same. It varies. Like I have been on the receiving end of two tough papers, unfortunately. Easy luck wasn't on my side, but the benefit of having a tough paper is your score gets scaled to higher. You get a multiplier. If your questions paper is easy, you have a negative multiplier. Not negative, but yeah, something. This course gets scaled to something like 42 or 43 or 44 something. Okay, if it is 40, it gets 44. If it's 30, it gets to 40 somewhere. If it's an easy paper, the reverse might happen. Okay. The only thing is, in tough papers, if you are able to solve more questions, it benefits you largely. 99 percentile, the difference, see, the difference here is 4 to 5 marks, right? At max one question plus minus. In 99 percentile, the difference is significant. Like if you can score 50 to 60 somewhere, your score gets scaled to somewhere around 70 to 75. You can see the difference.
Huge.
Huge difference. The same does not happen in QA or VARC. DILR is so important. So important, trust me. During my initial days, I used to take DILR quite lightly, but when I got to know how things are, I used to take it seriously, because that's how the thing works in DILR. That's why this is, see, people from literature background or those who like reading are good in VARC, those who are good with maths will be good in quants. The break or make part is DILR. So you just cannot neglect it, because even if you have a average DIR, average quant and average VARC, if you have a stellar DILR, it can still make you reach great heights in terms of percentiles. So this is what happens in CAT exam. This is only about CAT, not XAT or any other exam, as that's the main exam we are focusing on. That's the mother of all exams. So I hope now you understand what, how and where what your target is, and this is what will be helping you. Getting, I call this method getting into the mindset of question papers, because I've been on the other side. How the question papers are set, I've seen how the question papers are set. That's why I've been with the team basically. Okay, so clear the concept and the part, how to solve, how you will approach the next anytime any set is given.
Yes, Kesri.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Let's move to the easy parts now, quite an easy ones, the tables basically. Now what happens is, in tables, see, like I said, calculation, tables can be solved using two methods. Calculation part, because you have a calculator and they have purposely given the calculator so as you waste time. I will be discussing two questions which are quite easy. Slightly there will be a difficult question, and there will be one question that will be homework, that is an extensive one. So the basic plan was to try and cover 4 sets. We took a little bit more time in this. Let's at least cover 2 sets, and maybe we can take 2 sets for homework. But the important thing is, are you guys aware and in touch with the division with numbers that I had given to you in the ratios?
Which one case with that long division
What is
process?
1 by 11?
Yeah, 9.99.9.
No, 9.09.
9.09.
Okay. What is 1 by 7?
1.428.
14 point.
Or
14.28. 14.28.
Yeah. You will have to be on super, like it has to be on your mind. What that will give you is, it will give you the option of how to eliminate options. Okay. And not only that, in tables or similar given, like we have two more things. We have tables, then we have bar graphs, we had circular pie charts that will be coming up in the subsequent. So the plan of action is, we have covered a lot of logical reasoning part. Two important concepts in logical reasoning are remaining, that is the binary logic as well as the games and tournaments. Games and tournaments is very important, but before that we need to cover a bit of ground in we need to get comfortable with tables and pie charts and bar graphs. That's why those two topics are on hold. We'll cover the basics of DI first, because basics of LR have been covered. We'll cover the basics of DI, then we'll move to the combination of DI LR advanced part. That's why we have taken a pause for LR. So the worksheets I will be sharing with you will only be predominantly based on LR. Once we cover the basics of DI, that is like 3-4 sessions, I will be giving combination worksheet. Like you will have logic based DI, wherein you will have DI and you will have to arrange the numbers and everything. And logic based DI is, from last 3-4 years, the most favorite part of CAT. Like the question setters crazily love it. You will have at least 2 sets, and you cannot determine or you cannot single out that this set belongs to this chapter or this chapter. That is the unpredictability of DLR, and that I would say is the beauty of DLR, because you just cannot mug up anything and go there. In quant, you can mug up so and so formula, so and so structures. If such a sum comes, use such and so formula. You can still mug up the structure of how to solve a VAR. See that if there's a history based passage, look for the facts. If there's a psychology based passage, just mark up the summary of the paragraphs and you're good to go. In DILR, there's no such formula. And that's why that's the make or break section that determines the toppers. Okay, so moving forward, there's a table given that depicts the population and area of few states in the country. So we have data of 2001 and 2006, total population of the state is given, and then it is segregated into male population. Now we have to assume here that there are only two genders considered, no other others, no data in others. So can we say, from the total population, if we subtract the male population, whatever is left will be the female population, right?
Yes.
And apart from it, if at all, I would say the rural population. If in total population I subtract the rural population, will I get the urban population?
Yes.
Perfect. Now there's a short formula given in the first question, that is density, that is total population by area. Now what you can do is, you can either use calculators or use your normal division orally. Which one would you prefer in the first question? And what step will you take? For Madhya Pradesh, the total population of 2001 is 603. Area for Madhya Pradesh is 308144. Okay. Do one thing, and that is eliminate the last 4 digits. Eliminate the last 4 digits of area completely. No need, not required. Now start dividing. How much will be the number for Madhya Pradesh? Roughly 20?
20.
Slightly greater than 20.
Yeah, 20 point just something. Okay.
Yes.
For
Yes.
Andhra Pradesh, it would be. Will it be more greater than 20 or less than 20? It will be something 25 around.
This case,
Yes.
76.
Something around 25 something.
Yes. Because 27th is 81. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. For Orissa, how much will it be? 36 by 15 it will be.
2 point
So,
something.
2 points.
yeah.
20 point
But
something.
so will it be greater than 25 or less than 25?
Less than 25.
Less than.
Okay. Okay, so Prerit is back. Prerit, where were you till now?
I was having my dinner.
Wow. Prerit is a unique student. And then somebody is disturbing me as well. Okay. So, Prerit, I don't know if you were present for the Pira part, but maybe like you will have to see the recordings now. But were you present for the last one, the doubt we were discussing?
Yes, I came back at 8:20.
Okay, all right, fine then. Because there was an important thing we discussed.
Yes, I saw that video. I have recorded it myself on my laptop and I was going through that while you were explaining.
Okay, so you use screen record.
Yes.
Okay. Engineers always have a solution for every problem. Okay, so this was 368 by 15 something, and it was less than 24, more than 25.
Less than 25.
25.
Perfect. It is less than 25. And coming to the final, that is Maharashtra.
32.
Will it be more than 30?
Yes, 32.
Perfect. Will this be the answer or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Read the question again.
It's the least.
Sorry.
Least
Sorry.
density.
Least is
Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh.
exactly.
Pradesh.
This is what you will be doing orally. You are not to use calculators.
Okay.
Got it clear? What will be the method that you will be using? Trust me, guys, if you can master this method of oral calculations, this will be your biggest time saver. I mean, you won't expect such questions in CAT. You might expect such questions in other exams like NMAT, then you have the IFT wala exam and various others. I never gave such exams because I did not deem it necessary. But if at all you give, trust me, you will have data intensive tables, and people generally are very slow in calculation part and they lose a lot of time. In ZAT and CAT, trust me, such questions won't come at all. Like from, I would say, 20 years or so, such questions have stopped coming. But for other exams, they still come. For CAT, the question won't be so easy. There will be 3-4 more conditions given. Like let's say if I had given this into male population divided by urban population or something, now calculate the ratio or something. If I make this density of population ke jagah I determine a new ratio, new scale, then this is something of a CAT level, somewhere close to CAT level, still not a CAT level. This is how I can twist the questions. Now you would say if I have to just click the numbers, when you use a physical calculator, you take way less time. But when you use those calculators on the screen, every time clicking the mouse takes too much long time, and slight misclick can completely ruin your calculations. So be thorough with how you have to do your oral calculations and what are the methods and techniques that you can use. Okay, so now let's move to the second question. Second, third, and no, there are 5 questions. Yeah, you know the method, you know the technique now. Now start answering me the questions. You can answer it individually in the chat box. I'm giving you guys for 4 questions, I'm giving you 6 minutes. 6 minutes is more than sufficient. It's 8:55. By 9:01, all your answers should be with me. Let's see who can calculate first. And nobody will use a calculator. No, Manideep. Second is incorrect. Yes, Anshula, correct. Anshula, you did the calculations without calculator, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I can't do anything but trust, but hopefully. Otherwise I'll have to start supervising through the camera that you guys don't use the calculators. By the way, all of you have done in your graduations, completed your graduations, right?
Yes, Kesari.
I am still
Okay.
doing.
Okay. So your final year exams are done?
No, I am in fourth year.
You just went to 4th year?
Yes, I just went to
Okay.
fourth year.
Okay. So did your 3rd year final exams occur?
No, I was promoted.
Okay, without exams.
Yes.
Okay, great. I had to give in last 2 months 2 exams. Hurry up. Hurry up, guys. If you're stuck somewhere, ask me what to do. I know solving without calculators can be a bit daunting task.
History in case of question 4,
Okay.
how we do this one?
Okay. So in fourth question, Prerit, no, your second answer is not correct. Okay. So in fourth one, for which of the following states is the ratio of rural population in 2001 to that of the 2006 list? Same as in question 1. In Madhya Pradesh, you have 72 to 71, that is greater than 1.
Yeah. Actually, in
Orissa,
all cases, we have greater than 1.
okay. In Andhra
That's
Pradesh
why I'm
also.
saying, yeah.
Okay. And no, it's not a tough. I'll tell you a trick. Okay, guys, just listen. There's an important trick. I'll tell you. You might know this, but still, just pay attention for 2 seconds. Okay. For Madhya Pradesh, we have this. For Orissa, we have this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For Maharashtra, we have, where did it
68
go?
by
Yeah.
66.
Okay, perfect.
And 69
And
by 67 for Andhra Pradesh.
yeah, true. Can I eliminate these two automatically? Sorry, it's the list. Sorry. My bad. Can I eliminate these two automatically?
Yes.
Why?
Be- because denominators are smaller numbers.
Not only that, the numerators are 2 greater than the denominators. Numerators are 2
Yes.
greater than denominators, so I'm already eliminating them. Right?
Okay.
Now coming to the first and second. Okay. Now, can I write this 1 plus 1 by 71 and this as 1 plus 1 by 72?
Yes.
Yes.
Which one is more? 1 by 71 is more or 1 by 72 is more?
1 by
1 by
71.
71.
Will be greater?
Yes.
Yes, Kesari.
So which one will be the least?
Odisha. 1 by.
You got your answer. But we are missing something. Can anybody point out what is that? Or we are not? No. It's the ratio is asked, right?
Yes.
No, then it's fine completely. Yeah, true, fine.
Percentage partner.
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
fine. Okay. Yeah, Prerit, now your answer is correct. Tuka. Others, hurry up. Anshula, did you get the answer for 3?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
Others,
my answer is not matching.
answers not matching. You never gave me the answer for 3rd.
Means I'm not getting the option answer from options. That's why I
Okay.
didn't give the answer.
Okay, if it's taking too much time, do guys one thing, take a screenshot. Uh, complete 3rd and 5th as the homework. Otherwise, it's already 9. We'll miss out on a lot of things, lot of key concepts to cover. Like this was one concept, this was one concept. In tables, you need concepts for calculation, how to compare things. That's it. Otherwise, there's nothing in table. Took the screenshot, everyone?
Yes. Could
Yes.
you
Okay.
please tell the answer?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you the answers as well. So, third ka answer is A. Write it down. Fourth ka answer you already have. Fifth ka answer is B. B for Bombay. Third is A, fifth is B. Second ka you already know, it is D. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. And try to solve without calculator. If you guys want how to solve it easier way, do let me know, DM me. I'll let you know the easy way. If you guys are stuck something like initially we discussed the set or similar. Otherwise, if you can easily solve it in under 1 minute, that's great. Okay. Now this is a conceptual part. It is tricky. So let me explain it to you. So now it is given the percentage of students in 6 schools who passed in the annual exams in 1999 to 2000. Okay. Now the first question is asked, what is the total number of students who did not pass the exams in B and C together if 1100 wrote the exams in each of the schools B and C? What will you do and what will you not? If this is given as passed and it is given total number of students who did not pass, you will take the complementary of this,
Yes.
and B and C together it is asked. Now tell me what will be the calculations and how will you get the answer?
We can directly calculate the number of students who did not pass in case of B and C and then sum up.
Fine.
64 I'm telling.
66.
66% in B and 44% in C,
Okay. C.
Okay.
which is of 11,000 each.
Okay.
100.
Perfect. Fine. You can do the calculation part later. Fine. I understood the concept. So answer you will get is B. Got it. Let's now tell me the concept that you will use in the 7th question. Now it says in A and F, the number of students are 8 and 13. So if in A it is 800, in F it is 1300. Now what is the ratio of number of students in A and F who did not pass? What will you do? Basically what you will do is
Into
0.52 into 800.
divided by
By 1300
50.
into
uh,
0.4.
This is it.
0.5. Yes.
Now you can eliminate the decimals because decimals are in both. Now this is 13 fours and so forth. You can do it. You will get it.
Why we have taken 55 in denominator?
Oh, sorry. My bad. I took the data for E. It's 42.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you just from looking at it, which will be the probable options without calculating? First will be the probable option. How come? Is there a 42 present here? Is it or is it not?
Yes.
In the numerator, is there any multiple of 7 present?
No.
No. So will there be a 7 present in the denominator?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So your answer in the final
C and D.
options should also have 7, right?
Yes.
And 17 is present here. Is 17 anywhere here or here somewhere?
No.
Okay.
No.
Your answer is done. No
C.
need to calculate. Your answer is C. Because 21 will always be present here. There is no 7 in the numerator which can cancel the 7 of 42 and bring it to somewhere around like 16 or something. Be smart with the calculations, guys. You don't need a brute force in this. Got it? How to solve? Everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Kesari.
Okay, great. Let's move to the 8th one. Now tell me the logic. I just want the logic. Let me reduce the size so that you can see the question. Yeah. Just the logic part. I don't need a calculations.
We can assume the number of students. No, Kesari.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, then in 1998 to 1999, let the students be 100. Then the next
Perfect.
year they will be 120.
Okay, great.
So from the given percentage of passed students, we have 45 students passed in 98 to 99,
Okay.
and similarly 1.2 into 45. Sorry. Uh, Passed students also 20% more. Then the past students will be 1.2 into 45 in 99 to 2000.
Okay.
So there we can find out number of students who has passed and people who has failed. So
Okay.
like that we can come across the ratio.
Sure. Perfect. The starting point was taking 100 and then moving on, basically. If you get correct on that part, then this question is quite easy. The answer, write it up, guys. It's option A. If you want to go into the calculations part, that is it. Okay. Let's move forward then. Ninth one. If 140 students failed in school D, then how many students appeared in the exam? This is very easy.
Easy one.
Yeah, completely. So
55%
70,
equal to
30% passed, 70% failed. If 70% is 140, total 200 were present.
none of these.
This.
Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. This was the easiest. Let's have the 10th one. Yeah, these are the numbers. 10th one. How will you solve this? It's little tricky. Think. I
We
just
can
want the logic.
assume we can assume the total number of students who has appeared for the exam case.
Yeah, totally.
From that we can get the number of people who appeared for A and E.
Okay,
If
but what
we
will you assume as the number?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can we assume?
Let's assume 100.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Let's assume, or let's, if you are still into like, you will get decimal students,
Yes.
that is not
1000.
possible. 100x.
Yes, case 100x.
So,
100x better.
fine. If you don't want to take x, take 1000. No worries.
1000.
So A will have 200 students. E will have 250 students.
250. And out of
Fine.
250, 48
Then
are passed.
solve according to it. Yeah, perfectly. Now it's a ratio.
48% are
Got this
passed.
part?
And yes, case.
So that was the basic logic. Your answer noted down. If you want to solve it again, the answer will be option C. Logic, you have to place it same. Got this part clear, everyone?
Yes,
Any
yes.
doubts? Okay, let's move forward
No.
then. This is an extensive set and I won't be giving you a hint. You have to solve it by yourself and DM me the answers. How did you solve it? Okay, take a screenshot, then we'll move to the questions. Took everyone?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay, and you might take some time, that's why this is a homework question. Yeah, and these are the questions. I'll tell you the answers shortly. Done?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so note down the answers. The answers are for 11, the answer is B. For 12, it is B as well. 13 is D. 14 is B again, Bombay. And 15 is C. 15 is C. Got everyone?
Yes, Kesari.
Yeah. So you will have to DM me the logic that you have used or the calculation, whatever part. You don't need to write the scripts. I can understand from your rough work. That is completely fine. Okay. Let's move to this one as well. This, I will just explain you the logic part of what and how it is happening. The solving part will be your homework. This is very important. I could have directly given this the homework, but then again, the logic is very important that you will be using in it. And this is quite similar to the students wala case that we discussed. So have a close look. Okay. So now, class 2000, whatever students are present in class 8 in year 2001, will these students go to class 9? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Kesari, I
And
didn't get it.
okay, I will repeat it. Now let us assume you are in class 8, okay,
Yeah.
in year 2000. In 2001, when you give the exams and no corona occurred in 2001, then you will go in class 9th.
Yes.
In 2002, this same batch will go to class 10th, promoted.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now it is given, and now it is given that 45 had given the exams, 42 are here. Where will the other three go?
Field.
Fail.
Failed or
2001.
left
Or
left the
left the
school?
school. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now assuming nobody leaves the school, okay, assuming nobody leaves the school, or now what will happen? Next year 50 students have joined, right,
Yes.
Yes.
in class 8th. But where this three go? Will these three will be included here or not?
Yes, Kesari.
Yes,
Yes,
That
included.
means 47
exactly,
new joinees.
exactly right. So 47 new joinees plus the three who have failed. Now from 50 to 52, the number increased, right?
Yes.
How come?
Yes.
From 40 to 36 are passed in next year.
Yes,
So approximately 6 are left behind.
yes.
So those 6, out of those 6, 2 are still in 9 and remaining are left, I think.
Okay, okay. And how do we, so if I have to break up this 46, how will I do then? What will be this breakup? Like we did breakup of 50, how will we do the breakup of 46? Okay, okay. Do one thing. First read this question. Take 30 seconds, read it, then we'll start. Okay, you will get a clear idea. Read everyone?
Yeah, finished case.
Okay. Now tell me, how this 50 to 52 came here. Because it is given in the questions, student only join in 8th standard. There are no fresh joinees in 9th standard or 10th standard, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me. How did we get this 52?
Out of 50, 46 people are promoted to 9th class, Casey.
See, I'll tell you. We had 42 here, right?
Yes.
From there we got 36. That means how many failed?
6.
So among this 52, there should be 6 who had failed,
Yes.
because they will, let me magnify, because these will stay back here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So among this 52, 6 were from here, and how many promoted then?
46.
46. Perfect. If 46 got promoted, how many failed?
4.
4. So this 4 will stay back here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And 42 new joins.
Exactly. Now did you get the logic how to solve this question?
Yes, Casey.
Yes.
By solving from 9th to 8th.
Exactly. You will have to complete this cycle here, 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 and then go in reverse order. Understood, everyone? Prerit, did you understand?
No, can you explain me of Form 52?
Okay, sure. Let me use a different ink. Yeah. So from 45 to 42, you understood this part?
Yes.
From 42 to 36, you understood this part?
Yes.
So from 42 to 36, 6 students failed, right?
Yes.
Great. These 6 students will stay back here.
Yes.
So among this 52, 6 are the failed students.
Yes.
How many passed then? 46.
Yes. 46 for first.
So 46 passed from here, they should have come, right?
Yes. Yes.
So 50 students were present, then 46 went, then 4 might have failed.
Yes, I got.
Then this 4 will basically repeat class 8.
Yes.
So among this 46, 4 are the repeaters and 42 are the new joinees.
Yes.
So basically every number you have to break up between the new joinees and the failures. That's it. And new joinees will only be here. For 9th and 10th standard, you will have the promoted plus the failures. Got it?
Yes, Kesari.
Once you break up for all the years, your part is done basically. That's it. This is all the question is about. So please take a, let me erase this part, and you guys take a screenshot, and now let me know if you are able to solve this question or not. First take a screenshot of this. Took the screenshot?
Yes, Casey.
Okay. And now comes the question part. Done?
Yes, Casey.
Okay. I don't think you need the answers, but okay, just for safety purpose. The 6th ka answer is C. 7th ka answer is D, D for duck. 8th ka answer is Bombay. 9th is Delhi. And 10th is Ahmedabad. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Then this is all you require for tables basically. We'll discuss similar difficulty level questions once our revision sessions start. So what we will happen in revision sessions is like I will get in 1 hour I'll try to discuss 4-5 sets, and from completely different topics. One will be from say tables, one will be from logical reasoning, like one we had discussed, one might be from a previous year CAT question or some similar, and that's how varied it will be. There, what we will have is, I'll give the questions first and you'll have to start solving it. I'll give the hint, won't discuss it in exact detail. I will give you 1 day's time, and then post if at all you have something or doubt or something. That's how our revision sessions will be. And basically our revision sessions will start in close to 2 to 3 weeks. Our portion of everything will get over in 2 to 3 weeks. Quant is basically over. We have just probability left, I guess. Probability is the only thing left in quant, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And in LR we have 2 topics. DI we have just started today. We'll finish that off and hopefully that would go. So okay. So guys, apart from it, how is your this part going? I would say.